for joining us for Talk Pittsburgh. It's Tuesday, and not just any Tuesday, Mikey.
Yeah.
This is the Tuesday we've been waiting for. The warm-up is officially here.
I'm really excited about that. I know a lot of people are. It's just good to see a little bit of sun, I must say. All right, well, we have a lot planned this Tuesday, including the Pittsburgher of the Year. He's the mind behind the Giant Pickle, the Clemente Bridge, Ferris wheel, and big upgrades ahead of the NFL Draft. My conversation with Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership CEO Jeremy Waldrop is coming up.
Looking forward to that. And Love Week continues today. We're talking with fellow parents about that dreaded moment. You know the one, when your kids start dating.
Oh boy.
But don't panic. We are sharing some simple ways to stay connected and keep that communication strong. That and so much more coming up this hour. First, though, your local headlines in under 90 seconds in today's Berg Eye View.
The boil water advisory that impacted parts of Washington and Allegheny counties has now been lifted.
So we have all that snow and ice that's sitting on top of those roofs.
When that ice starts to form, those large icicles, it can be very detrimental to inside the home, outside the home.
We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help.
Nancy Guthrie's possible abductors have demanded $6 million by 5 p.m. yesterday. You may soon be able to carry your vehicle registration card on your phone. Proposed legislation would allow drivers to store their information digitally rather than carrying a paper copy.
Pittsburgh's own Neil Shipley takes TGL golf history. In his debut with the tech-infused golf league, Shipley nailed his first hole-in-one with this 110-yard beauty. Look at that.
Way to make history, Neil. Congrats to you. Now, Western PA is no stranger to serious crashes, but this past week has brought about questions after 3 wrong-way drivers on major highways. Heather is standing by with more.
And Mikey, I know I'm not the only one that has seen, the first one happened, the second, and then the third today. We've seen wrong-way drivers on a number of highways before, but in a span of a week to have 3, how is this happening? Just this morning, a wrong-way driver caused a crash on I-70 in Hempfield Township. The violent crash closed the interstate for hours while state police and crash scene investigators trying to figure out what happened. And then just over the weekend, another wrong-way crash where the driver was killed. This was on the Parkway West near Campbell's Run Road, happening in the early morning hours around 4 a.m. The driver of the wrong-way vehicle was killed after crashing into an SUV, injuring that driver. And then on Friday, do you remember this video that spread on social media? And then state police released a second video. This was on I-79. Seriously, miraculously, no one was hurt. But this was broad daylight during the evening rush hour as the driver of an SUV barreled past hundreds, maybe even thousands of vehicles on the interstate at that time. At least one car crashed as the driver swerved to move out of the way. So again, we know that this happens in our area, but we wanted to bring in John Shumway to talk a little bit more about this. Every crash, every incident we know is unique. That's what the investigators are looking at, what caused this. But to have 3 so close together in the span of really just a couple of days.
Yeah, and you wonder, how did they get on the road in the first place, going the wrong direction? Not every road can be Route 28, where they have spent a lot of money to put in wrong-way detection on the ramps.
Because that was happening quite a bit before.
Oh, yeah, it was happening a lot. So now they have that on the ramps on Route 28. Don't know if it's fully operational yet, but it's in the process of being done. Well, you can't do that on every ramp.
Right.
And a lot of places, I can give you an example. If you get on the interstate and you get on Interstate 79 at Heidelberg, Kerwin Heights, Heidelberg, right? The only thing separating the off and the on ramp is a little Jersey barrier. Now, there's all sorts of signs that say wrong way if you go down the wrong way. But the fact is, someone at night or whatever the case may be could easily steer onto that other ramp and not even realize that they're going the wrong way.
Yeah, I was thinking that a lot of this is happening during the night hours, but also I would assume that in a lot of cases, drivers can be distracted with their cell phones.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is just one of the factors. Now, one of the things that people, I know you don't want to sit there and be so paranoid, think, okay, all the time I'm driving, I have to be worried about this. But things to keep in mind, if you do confront somebody coming the wrong way, steer right.
Okay.
We are all trained to go right, to go to the side of the road. Well, you're in the middle of the interstate and you see a car coming at you, steer right, because they're probably going to steer right if they are within their capacity, if you will. Steer right, and if you get in some sort of a crash, right, I was curious about this because we've been talking about it. If you get into a crisis, do you stay in your car? Do you get out of your car, especially like the one we saw on I-79 last week?
Right.
So I reached out to Dr. Daryl Jones, who is the head of emergency services for the city of Pittsburgh. He also, there's a reason why he's got a PhD. It's in emergency services, right? And I said, Chief, what do you do in that situation? He says, get out of the car and get behind a guide rail.
Really?
Yeah.
That's going to be your safest barrier.
Which really surprised me because I thought, stay in the car, you know, it'll protect you. Well, not if it gets crushed by tractor trailers.
Right.
So get out of the car, get behind a guide rail. But as far as solving the problem of people going the wrong way on the roads, every single one of them is baffling how it happens.
How it happens.
It really is.
And each one is unique. I know that there were some discussions online, and again, we're still waiting for investigators to come out with their real conclusion about what happened.
Right.
But with the snow, was it snowbanks? Is that confusing people? Are they not able to see the signage correctly, or the barriers that they need to? So, but again, everything is very unique, and the investigations are still underway on all of this.
And the one on I-79, on I-70 this morning down in Westmoreland County, we now know it was an 80-year-old man. Was that a factor?
Right.
You know,
Right.
All this stuff to
Everything.
look into.
All right,
Sean,
thanks,
thanks for joining us for this conversation. Really important.
All right, well, everyone is talking about the weather today, and finally, for a good reason. The ice is finally melting. So we sent Ron Smiley outside to check on the progress. Ron, can you see any grass?
And this isn't like entirely good news either, is it?
I mean, no, guys. I mean, we have like 7-8 inches of snow on the ground. You're not going to see grass for a while. I mean, any melting that we get going on, it's going to be very minor today. And that is just like Heather kind of alluded to, that's kind of the issue that we're getting into now. We're going to see this refreeze and melt pattern over the next couple of weeks with temperatures straddling that 32-inch mark. So that means things like sidewalks are going to start to get tore up because of the expansion of water as it freezes, and then it decreases and expands again. That's going to be an issue that we're going to see. Ice damming, I know Megan was talking about that this morning. That's going to be an issue also. Now, here's the thing. On top of that, you're going to see some other oddities out there today, including people like me that are in shorts. I promise you, it's kind of like that Siberian husky that's sitting out there in the snow. We are okay. You do not need to call emergency services. We are fine. We love this type of weather. Now, the one thing you're going to notice, we're not going to wear our nice shoes because it is too dirty out here to wear our nice shoes. But besides that, I think that we're going to be loving this. You're going to see a lot of folks actually outside today enjoying this weather. It feels fantastic. You still have a little bit of time to go just after 5:30 tonight, sunset, in order to enjoy the weather. So hopefully you can get outside, walk the dogs, something like that if you already haven't for the day today. Snow is back tomorrow, guys.
All right.
All
okay.
right.
And Ron just called himself a Siberian husky.
He did.
Ron, thank you so much.
He'd be one of those people that I talk about. Like, I can't believe
How are
he
you
has
doing
on his
this?
shorts.
Yeah, my kids are already asking.
Are they? Yeah, of course they are. All right. Well, before we head to break, we're unveiling the JA question of the week. Junior achievement helps prepare our local kids for their future. And so today, we're asking you, who do you think makes up the biggest chunk of today's skilled trades workers? 20s, 30s, 40s, or 45 plus. We're talking about age ranges there. So all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen, and we will reveal the answer tomorrow.
Still to come on the show today, what if the calendar had a few more days reserved for fun and a little R&R? We ask you to dream up your own holiday, whether it be fun, silly, or over the top. Stick around to hear some of the best ideas in today's 3 o'clock drop.
Plus, we're just 1 week away from Fat Tuesday, and that means it's almost time to indulge in those legendary Polish punchkis. Find out where to grab the sweetest bites in town so you can celebrate in delicious style.
And it's a story that proves a little confidence and a dose of spelling skills can take you a very long way. See how local talent is bringing the story of Aquila and the Bee from the screen to the stage. That's next.
William Hunter Damond was the first African-American man to graduate from what is now Pitt. In 1893, Damond graduated with an engineering degree from the Western University of Pennsylvania. He spent several years working as a draftsman at various locations, including at the U.S. Steel plant in Farrell, Mercer County.
It only only takes one word to change everything. One moment at the mic, one deep breath, and one kid brave enough to believe they belong. Now, you might remember this story from the big screen. Akilah and the Bee captured hearts with its message about determination, community, and big dreams. Now, that same powerful energy is coming to life on stage this weekend. Alumni Theater Company is bringing the film to audiences with a play adaptation. Artistic director Montez Freeland and cast member Shakira Steffens are here to share more about the show. This is a big deal. I can't believe that movie came out in 2006. I'm feeling really old right
well,
now.
No, you're not old. The movie's old.
Thank you.
That's all
I love
it
that
is.
perspective. So tell me a little bit about this for people who have not seen it before.
Sure. Akilah and the Bee is about Akilah Anderson, a young woman who's experiencing grief. She just lost her father, and so she's a little wayward, and her principal encourages her to participate in spelling bees, a pastime that she enjoyed with her father. And so she secretly does this, and she starts to rise in the ranks. I won't give away the ending, but she finds that spelling begins to soothe her through her grief.
Yeah, and I feel as though, if I recall, all the way she didn't quite believe in herself, right?
No. Yes, this play is about believing in yourself, trying something new, listening to your community as well, because sometimes when you don't believe, your community can believe in you much more and push you ahead
Love
to
it.
your goals.
Everyone needs a village for sure.
Yes.
Shakira, tell me about your character.
I play Gail Anderson, who is Akilah's mom. And Gail's also experiencing her own grief and losing her husband and the person that was supposed to help her in raising two children. So now she's a single mother. She's trying to figure out how to steer both of her children in the right direction while also experiencing her own grief and kind of keeping that to herself. And so through this, obviously, similar to the movie, she's at first like, what do you mean spelling?
Right,
Absolutely
right.
not. You can't do that. And then she sees how it affects her children and the positive impact that it has. So eventually she comes around, and we'll leave the ending for those who want to come see it. But yes.
But I feel like so many of those themes that women can relate to, so many different people. Did you pull some of yourself, your own personal self, into this character?
I feel like more than pulling myself, I pulled my mom. And the women that I grew up seeing. Now that I am an adult, I so understand how you have to navigate with so much poise and grace, and there's a bit of an expectation that women will keep it for their personal time. And through this, you see like, you know what, actually, you guys need to see the grief the same way that I need to see yours, and we need to work through it all together.
I love that. It's all about being together.
Yeah.
Montez, tell me a little bit about the company and why you all decided to do this play right now.
Oh, Alumni Theater Company is an amazing youth arts organization which gives bold, fresh voice to Black artists. And so I chose this play because, one, it allows kids to play kids on stage, so they don't have to act so much. And also, it's a family-friendly show. You can bring everyone to this show. No one will be offended. No one will want to walk out. And so, but really it's the students. The members of ATC are phenomenal, and they are going to light up this stage. They bring so much of their personality and their talent, and like Shakira says, their poise. Sometimes you can't believe that they're 12 and 13 years old, having so much fun and being so crispy, as I like to call it, with their choices as well.
I love crispy. And kids, they don't have any borders around them. Like, they're not afraid to just let it all out.
No, they do not. They let it all out.
All of it. All right, so we're going to bring in Heather right now. You all have prepared. She's clapping.
I feel like I need a walk-up song.
You do.
I need something, like a little jog.
So since this movie and this play is about a spelling bee, so you guys have prepared a little spelling bee for us, of which I'm going to do.
Well, tell them what
miserably.
happened.
You're going to do fantastic.
Tell them what happened with your parachute. I was never in a spelling bee, so I don't have
When I was in the
it.
third grade, the word was parachute.
Oh.
And P-A-R-A-S-H-O-O-T.
Oh.
That's how I
You
spelled
spelled it
When
how
in
it
doubt,
sounded.
spell it like it sounds.
It didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
You're going to nail it today.
Okay.
I have full
You got
confidence.
it. Parachute is not on this list.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Okay, I'll start. All right, your first word is choreography,
Okay. All right.
Okay, this is so good.
which is the sequence of steps and movements in dance.
I think I have it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Yes!
Yes,
I think we did it.
Right.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
indeed. You
We
got
get a
that.
point.
No bell.
Yeah.
We're in, Mikey.
Okay, so
See?
is this over?
No, there's more.
I like how Alante tried to throw us. He's like, I'll give him a tough one.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
This next one is a monologue. It's a long speech by one actor in a play or movie.
Or a director in rehearsal.
Okay.
Oh, this doesn't look right.
I believe in you.
Yes.
I do feel like I'm missing a letter.
I feel like I have some letters confused.
No, I think you're both
Yeah.
right. No, okay,
No.
yup,
Oh,
one's right.
What did I go wrong?
It's
I knew this is
L-O-G-U-E.
You had all the letters, Mikey. You were
Yes,
so close.
indeed. All right,
so embarrassing.
vaudeville.
Ooh.
Oh, this is like
Yes.
that.
A type
Yeah.
of entertainment popular chiefly in the U.S. in the early 20th century, featuring a mixture of specialty acts such as burlesque, comedy, and song and dance.
It's the VOD for me.
Mm-hmm. Always.
It's the vaudeville
Think
part.
like old timey.
Old-timey, yes, indeed.
I
feel
think that this
there's
is
I
wrong.
feel like there's an extra E in here or something.
Oh,
That-
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Ding. V-A-U-D-E-V-I-L-L-E. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Alante.
Gosh.
Way to go. Okay. And we have time for one more.
All right. Ooh, I'll do a hard one. I'm so sorry. We're
Are
gonna
you
say,
really sorry?
We're gonna say repertoire. It's a stock of plays, dances, or pieces that a company or performer knows or is prepared to perform. So it's like what you got tucked in your back pockets, part of your repertoire.
Repertoire.
Repertoire. That was my help.
Is this right? Is that right?
Yes.
Wrong.
It looks right.
Yes,
to
yes,
me.
indeed.
Repertoire.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He says,
I made the last one.
Can't go back. You can't go back.
Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
This is a lot of fun. I'm glad that I could join in on the game.
My palms were sweating. Sheila and the Bee opens and runs this Friday all weekend long at Alumni Theater Company in the East End. We're going to have more information on our website.
I feel like that was your redemption story.
Yeah, it
you made a
was.
comeback, Mikey, from
Little bit.
from Parachute.
Can you
did it.
spell meteorologist?
No, Mary, stop it.
We're done for today.
No
We're
more.
done for today. But you are not, because you're going to tell us about the melt that's officially underway, and then we're worried about this refreeze.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you. I mean, we are all so excited about the 40s, but look how much snow is still out there. This is our snow depth, so we have a long way to go before we start to see some grass, and then those temperatures are kind of all over the place through the rest of the week. We'll talk about a threat of ice jams, and I'll explain what that is coming up.
I feel bad, because none of us want to be a Debbie Downer.
No, we don't.
We're enjoying the sunshine. We're enjoying the warm-up. But we also know that this comes with a lot of problems, Mary.
Yeah, another winter hazard that we have to worry about when these temperatures are warming up are ice jams. I mean, we've seen the pictures of all of the ice on Lake Erie, but we have to worry about this here in Pittsburgh and on those little streams, those little creeks. So ice jams on the rivers and streams. So here's how it happens. So again, over the past couple of weeks, you know, that thick river ice, it's built up during that prolonged cold stretch. We had 18 days at or below freezing. So as these temperatures warm and the snow melts and the ice starts to break apart, and then it moves downstream. So when the large chunks of ice, they pile up at the bends in the rivers, the bridges or narrow sections, they can block the flow of water, and then that causes the water levels to actually rise quickly, sometimes leading to localized flooding, even when it's not raining. So the key thing to remember is that ice jam flooding can happen very quickly and very locally, especially along the Allegheny, the Mon, smaller streams and creeks. And then the water can actually rise behind the jam and then suddenly drop if the jam breaks loose, and that'll send that water downstream, a big surge of it. So if you live near any streams or creeks, just keep a very close eye on those into your area. And then obviously we will monitor those rivers as these temperatures do warm up, but we do have those temperatures getting back to the freezing. It's not a prolonged period of warmth, but I do think it's going to be a nice slow melt, but still those ice jams are just something we really need to watch closely.
Yeah, I kind of figured that there was going to be a problem because the temperature, it rose so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, that, and then we're going to have the refreeze on the road. So just a lot of things to be mindful of the next couple of days.
Exactly, yeah.
Mary, thank you.
Yep.
It's time for the 3 o'clock drop. Kiki B. Jones from Whammo is here. Let's get those creative holiday pitches going. Kiki, what holiday are you
I
celebrating?
am pitching Bad Hair Day, National Bad Hair Day. Bad Hair Day. I am experiencing one now.
It looks great. Actually, I love it.
But see, I think that for those who are challenged, follically challenged, I think that we should be recognized for our issue and challenges, and we should be fully paid, compensated for our day. I think it should be in health benefits. I think that this should be a national holiday. And I think you might
challenged.
I think you might need them for men and women with hair and without.
Yeah,
people without hair
so
miss having hair. And it's a problem. And I'm serious. I think that we need to speak to our government officials and see how we can have this implemented.
The way you didn't break from this,
Thank you.
I'm in.
Thank you.
I buy it.
Thank you.
But I'll take your bad hair day any day.
If I sneeze, it's a problem.
Oh.
This thing right here, this
It's
was
gonna
this.
come.
Yeah, I was almost late.
That's how my baby swaddles were with the kids. I was like, don't
Yes,
move.
I'm
Then
like,
we're okay.
I can't
All right,
move.
let's get into some of these. Carrie Jo Fitzgerald said New Jersey has Jersey Week at Disney World. Can we get a Pittsburgh Week at Disney World? Can that come also with some discounts?
Yeah, like big discounts.
I know.
A big discount.
That's-
This Disney World.
Yeah.
It's Disney, yeah.
Danielle says National Block Party Day, where everything is closed and we're forced to socialize with our neighbors and loved ones and maybe even make new friendships.
So just shut down all the roads.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that. You're not forced to socialize with your neighbors.
No, I do it all the
invite them all over.
I love it. Not okay. Kiki's saying no. No, we're gonna pass on that. Okay, cool. All right. So Sean says opening day for baseball should be a national holiday.
Absolutely. Everybody should have off, kids off from school.
Yeah, it's a big day.
It's a big day.
Carrie Jo, who we just heard from, also said this one too. If sports matter that much, I want every day off from the Stanley Cup final.
I mean, since we're at it, why not?
Why?
Yeah.
Just add it all in.
I agree. Dr. Lori says National Hangout with Your Best Friend, shop online, eat chocolate, wearing your pajamas day. So she combined multiple things in one day.
Well, that could be Galentine's Day. It could also be treat yourself. Which
Treat yourself.
If
I
anybody,
couldn't help it. I had to
know.
do it.
Well, if anybody remembers Parks and Rec, like they had, and when is that day? Or is it coming up or is it in October? I can't remember.
Let's say it's tomorrow.
But I'm in. Where are we going?
Shop, but see, the problem
Let's
is
do it.
Fine leather goods. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
yourself.
But shopping online, I get caught up in that, and then so I wouldn't have
It's
time to
October
hang out with
13th.
my
I
I shouldn't
friends.
do that. I can't do it.
Treat yourself
I'm
day
already in trouble.
Is October 13th, by the way.
Okay, good to know.
Good. Sean says Step Parents Day. They deserve it.
I think so.
Right.
I wonder if that does that exist already? We just
probably
don't
does.
recognize it on a much larger scale.
I'm sure it does.
I love that idea.
Sean also said Community Service Day in August because there's no holidays that month, requires volunteerism, pick up litter, entertain at nursing homes, you name it.
I think that makes sense. But isn't there a day of caring?
Maybe.
Oh, it's
so
like,
something
yeah,
like
there
that.
is.
Yeah.
For like all of the nonprofits. there is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's a good thing too.
Antoine says, I think Election Day should be a national holiday. It would allow more people to vote and make it much easier to get to the polls if they are not trying to get around work hours.
But will they?
Will they?
But will
go to the vote? I don't
It's
know.
kind of like how President's Day has turned into a skiing holiday and sales.
And buying your mattresses.
Yes.
Why
So
You can get
I don't
some good
know.
deals
As long as we
on a
can make sure
mattress.
that, yeah.
All right. Mattress.
Good answers. We
Yes.
like them. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, Young Love is in the spotlight on today's parent panel. We are talking about how to guide your kids, set rules, and keep communication strong.
And Punchki season is here. Get your orders in before Fat Tuesday sneaks up on you. We're in the kitchen with a local favorite after the break.
Raspberry, buttercream, lemon, chocolate. Loosen your belts, folks. Punchki season is here.
Maddie Hernandez from Pastries a la Carte is joining us with some seasonal favorites. Now, first, let's talk about what is a punchki. We all know that it's kind of spelled differently
Oh,
than how it sounds.
Yeah. So a punchki is a traditionally Polish filled donut, and it is meant to celebrate kind of your last indulgence before Lent starts. So before you give up your sweets, that's kind of your last little
love an
hurrah.
indulgence?
Yeah.
What I love about this season into is that it's not the day before. We start celebrating weeks in advance, which is good because you have to get it in.
Plenty of punchki.
And so you guys offer a ton of different stuff. I mean, and we'll get to filling these in just a moment, but tell us about, these things are huge.
Yeah, so like if sweet things aren't your thing to indulge in, we do have our savory items now that we can start with. So these are bacon jalapeno cheddar pinwheels. One of the things we have in our savory line, but that was one that we kind of wanted to introduce you all to today, along with our, like you said, with our punch.
It's like as big as my face.
It's a good lunch.
I bet. All right, so you're gonna have us fill some of these
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Now, do you have a punchki that is more popular or that sells a lot?
Yeah, so any of our traditional, like the buttercream filled always are a good choice, or our raspberry, because that's just something, you know, people are familiar with, comfortable with.
Okay, so I'm gonna hand her maybe the raspberry.
Raspberry.
And then what else? Is that like a chocolate mousse and
we have
apple?
chocolate. We have, that's just regular, apple and then regular buttercream right there. So yeah, if you wanted to. And then you kind of just, and the raspberry is a little bit, you know, looser.
Now,
so
is there, do you have any tips on filling it correctly?
You will kind of feel it start to push.
Oh, yep,
and
I can see it.
I was like, you'll kind of feel it start to fill up, and then
I think that's a good problem to have.
That's not bad.
There's never,
it's not bad.
Yeah, too much filling is not a bad thing.
Okay, now can I try?
Of course.
So this is just like a. Is there a glaze on top of this?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we're gonna do that.
Yes, we can add that. So some you can top with just our regular fruit sugar here. We can do powdered sugar. I've seen some perfect problem.
Yeah.
Perfect
exactly what you want.
It's so easy to get to that point. Okay.
Yeah, and then if we want to just fill another one with some chocolate there.
And then some of them, like we can see this one has a glaze, so we're gonna put a glaze on.
Absolutely. I have a little bit of glaze that we can finish.
I think I did better on the second. Second try was a little better.
See, you've got some practice now under your belt.
Okay, and then we have this icing over here.
Yes, you wanted to grab one of those bags.
Now, is this two different types of icing?
They're the same.
They're the same, okay.
Yes. So if you just go squeeze and go real fast back and forth. There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Excuse you.
That made a fun sound.
There we go.
Oh, okay. I didn't. It's fine. It's fine.
Listen.
It all tastes the same.
It does.
Exactly.
Now, you guys are the official pastry shop of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We are, yes. So anytime you go to the any of the Penguins games, we find us on the suite levels. We have our dessert carts there, and then we're also in each of the suites. But yeah, we've been the official bake shop of the Pittsburgh Penguins since, I believe, our opening, when we about 22 years ago. It's going to be in April, so.
That's so cool.
It's a while.
My icing dripping.
Your icing is just dripping.
Last step you have to enjoy. So
is this something people can pop into your shop, which you're on 51?
We're on
in Pleasant
51,
Hills.
correct.
Can they just pop in, or should they put in an order if they want to get some of these?
It's always a great idea to put in an order if you would like that, you know, cement in there, but we are always going to have them available, so you can stop in and grab a punchki anytime.
Okay. So good. I do recommend extra icing.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
You're hired by Keith.
Yes.
Maddie, thank you so much for coming back.
Absolutely.
And if you would like to get your punchki orders in, we are going to link you up to Pastries a la carte. Just head to our website.
All right, ahead on Talk Pittsburgh, we've got some good news to share today, including a perfect solution to heartbreak. Put your ex's name in a litter box. Yeah, and let the cats handle the rest. We'll explain. That's coming up next.
You're dripping, Mike.
I know. Welcome back to Talk Pittsburgh. Thank you for spending your afternoon right here with us.
And we wanted to tell you a little bit about what we had ahead this half hour. Love Week is in full swing today. We are diving into teen dating, how to build their confidence, let them learn, and still stay the parent.
Looking forward to that. Plus my interview with Pittsburgher of the Year, Jeremy Waldrop. We're asking him what big thing is our next for the city. But first, let's get into some good news that has us talking.
And you know, with Valentine's Day almost here, some people are dreading the day for lovers. So why not give it back to your ex in a secret way that just feels good? Paws Across Pittsburgh is holding their Love Stinks Litter Box campaign. It helps raise money for their animals, for food, medical care supplies, and more. Here's the deal. It's a $10 donation. You can write the first name of your ex, your enemy, maybe a bad boss, whoever you want, drop it in the rescue's real litter box, and let the cats do the rest, you know, their business. It's running now until Valentine's Day.
My box would be a little full. All right, here's a little hometown pride. Pino's Contemporary Italian in Point Breeze just got a surprise shout out on the HBO Max series The Pit, with the character calling it the best Italian in town. The family-owned restaurant has been serving Pittsburgh since 2003, and since the episode aired, they are now seeing new customers alongside their loyal regulars. Because, you know, when the bird gets national attention, we all show up and support.
You know, I'm a little disappointed. I have not been there. I'm disappointed in myself.
I haven't either.
That I have not been there, but I will check it out now.
All right, well, each year, Pittsburgh Magazine names its Pittsburgher of the Year for their significant and unforgettable contributions to the city.
In the past, the magazine has honored athletes and business owners like the Penn's Mario Lemieux, the Fred Rogers Company, and then last year, Pittsburgh Airport CEO Christina Cassotis.
I had a chance to sit down with this year's honoree. Take a look. Well, Pittsburgh is getting ready for its biggest spotlight in years, the 2026 NFL Draft. And no one is more in the middle of that prep than Pittsburgh Magazine's Pittsburgher of the Year, Jeremy Waldrop. As president and CEO of the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership, he's helping lead the massive push to revitalize downtown and re-energize public spaces. And Jeremy is here to talk more about that today. And congratulations. I feel like I should get your autograph.
Oh, geez, thank you so much.
Pittsburgher of the Year. What was that like to receive that honor? You said you didn't even know it was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen a little before, but I was very surprised to get the call from the magazine and super honored. This is such a great city, and I get to do such important work. And so it's happy for our organization and myself to be recognized.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
Wonderful. All right, so let's start with the draft. It's expected to bring more than 500,000 visitors to Pittsburgh. Where are we in the process, and what do we still need to do?
Well, so the Super Bowl just finished, so now the NFL is putting all their eyes onto Pittsburgh. So we're ready. I mean, Market Square and Arts Landing are still in a bit of a construction pile right now, but we're going to be ready. We're readying up downtown. We're going to be welcoming new retail, pop-up shops, a lot of art, and we're going to red up the city. It's going to look better than it's ever looked before.
In true Pittsburgh fashion, red up the city. You know, I've been trying to get a little peek at Market Square. I stayed at the Fairmont a couple of weekends ago, and I was trying to kind of peer and see what was happening over there. So Market Square as well as Point State Park.
Yep.
Where are we with both of those things?
I think Point State Park is basically done. Like they did some minor renovations, new electric, new lighting. Market Square is over halfway complete. The new anchor structure's in place. We're going to be doubling the amount of outdoor dining for most of the restaurants in the square. Wow. Upgrading power, water, and then Arts Landing, a new public space, 4.5 acres in the middle of the cultural district. There's going to finally be a place to take kids to play, which is going to be awesome.
I love that. And I mean, it's not just the NFL draft. I mean, it kind of gave us a little push, but this is really for the long-term vision of downtown Pittsburgh.
Yeah, exactly. There's $600 million in investment that the governor announced, I guess, about 1.5 years ago. And nothing is better than a deadline, right? Like
You're
you
right.
want to say, we've got to get this done now. So this is just like the guests coming over for the Super Bowl party last night. You're like, I got to clean that bathroom. Like that's what we're doing now, but we're doing a whole lot more. And this stuff is not, to your point, just for the draft. These things are going to be helping us for years and years to come. And some of them will have generational impact.
Yeah. Are you nervous? Do you feel like we're going to be ready? I mean, I feel like there's
We're gonna
probably
be
a lot
ready.
of pressure on your shoulders.
We got this.
Okay.
Like we're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to have to, figure out how you're going to park. We're going to encourage folks to take mass transit, but it's going to be great. We're going to be welcoming visitors from around the country, the biggest football fanatics you've ever seen, and we're going to rock this.
Yeah, you're so humble and so behind the scenes, and I think a lot of people don't know you're responsible for some of the things that we as Pittsburghers, we love. So the Picklesburg, the Heinz Pickle Balloon, we love this. The Ferris wheel on the Clemente Bridge. I mean, I didn't know that we needed a Ferris wheel until we had one on the bridge.
I'm pretty in love with that one. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
What are you most proud of?
Oh, man. I mean, it really is. We take our name, the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership, in the literal sense, right? Like, it is partners coming together on a shared vision to get things done. So we couldn't do it without my colleagues, my staff, whether we're, running a shuttle, which we did this morning, that's transporting our unhoused neighbors into warm facilities. Like, those things are super important. So it's a lot of the behind the scenes things. I mean, the big splashy events are fun, but it's the day-to-day work that I'm super excited about and most proud of.
I would have to imagine that you have to be bold in your approach to planning some of these things. And you in particular, I mean, have there been some ideas that you have had and they were just like, oh, I don't know, Jeremy, or some that you really like push through?
You know, there's a lot that gets left on the drawing table, I would say, which is a lot of fun. Like, we're constantly throwing out ideas. We were talking this morning with a national company who's looking to do something for the first time in North America, which I can't say any more details than that. But these are the fun things that you get to talk about. It's like, what are we doing for 27? How are we making sure that downtown is this resilient neighborhood that people want to be a part of, whether they're working, living, or playing?
You can't leave me hanging like that, Jeremy.
I know. That's it. Mom, I had to sign an NDA for this one.
Oh, okay. Outside of that, is there anything new that maybe is happening that we don't know about quite yet? Can you give us a little feeler?
Well, yeah, I mean, Market Square is going to be insane. I mentioned that all these restaurants are going to be expanding their outdoor dining. We are going to have it chock full of live music. Active recreation is what I'll say, but we're, planning to look at the ice skating rink in the winter. Maybe there's something that's related in the summer. So things like that to just really give you a reason to come downtown. Most of our events are absolutely free. We want folks to feel like this is a place that they can be a part of, that they want to tell their neighbors what a great experience they had in the heart of the city.
Well, Pittsburgh is already a great city, and I think you and your team behind you are really making it even better. So thank you, and congratulations again.
Thanks so
All
much.
hail,
Oh, geez.
Jeremy. Thank you so much. All right, if you'd like to read Pittsburgh Magazine article on Jeremy, we'll have a link for you on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
Oh, really nice interview with him, Mikey.
Yeah, it's fun.
Actually, I know that they have an event coming up on Valentine's Day. We're going to share a little bit more about that on Pittsburgh Today Live tomorrow morning, but they're doing such big things.
Yeah, and he teased something related to the ice rink in the summertime, so I really wonder what that will be.
So not just like the water that's coming, you know how they have those little fountains?
Something else that's coming.
I don't know. Wait and see. Still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, are your kids starting to date? Don't panic. I know that I am just a little bit. Next, though, we are going to break down some simple ways to stay connected and keep those conversations open. Talk Pittsburgh. We'll be right back. Teen years are a whirlwind, from picking an outfit to picking a major and all the relationships they're building along the way.
Absolutely. And one of the first milestones they'll cross, dating. Yes, there's a wealth of advice for parents online, but only you and your teen know what works for your family.
Of course, not all teens are dating. According to a poll from Pew Research, 35% of teens have some experience with dating or romantic relationships, and 65% do not.
So today we're talking about some different parenting approaches that keep communication open and instill confidence in the teen.
Joining us for our parent panel today, we have Latoya Wilson of Motherhood Redefined and Rachel Runnebeck, co-host of the Jagoff podcast. Both parents, both here with their own shared experiences.
They're nodding. Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, and this is good for us because both of you have older children.
Sure.
And so you're going to kind of guide us through, because we're on the precipice of this at our house.
This is a while ago.
Logan's 2.5, and I'm already dreading it. Already.
Yeah.
Do you give the side eye?
I do.
Are you looking at my son?
I do. Just yesterday, Jordan, he says, oh yeah, you know what? I think a little girl's looking at Logan in school. I said, no. We're not starting that now.
Well, I think it's hard because we want to keep communication open with our kids. Relationships are part of who they are going to be, whether it's friendships or dating or whoever, and they kind of have to fail a little bit. But we want to make sure that we're part of those conversations, right, as much as possible.
Yes. I think it's important to keep the communication open, like you said, and be transparent. And I always say there's a difference between transparency and honesty. So I always tell my kids, I appreciate honesty, but I prefer transparency. So yes, you are telling me the truth, but I need you to be very transparent about what happened, what's the situation, and how you were involved.
Okay, here's what I need to know. I need to know, when did you start the conversation about dating, and how did you do it?
I love that transparency word, because I think it's asking and re-asking the questions. So if they're not answering, if you're not getting a full answer, you're reconfiguring the question so that you can get that answer, so that communication stays up. So I think it depends on the kid and how much activity you're seeing. So if you're seeing that they're on their phone a lot, that they're going out a lot, that they're not giving you details, you have to ask the questions in a different manner so that you can get to the bottom of it.
So
it's playing defense.
I'm
always playing defense.
I guess
right?
I'm asking, what age did you start this? And were you more so
Not 2.5.
Not 2.5.
No.
Thank goodness.
No, okay. I do feel like, and I know that there's a difference between dating and intimacy, but we have had conversations, and I don't know if I can say the S word, so I'll say birds and bees. We've had those conversations starting at the age of 8. Like we really started to talk about this because I didn't want them to get that information from the school bus, which is something that happened.
Oh yeah.
My oldest found out about third base on the school bus when she was 7.
The bus is the root of all evil.
At 7, and I was like, I didn't realize we had to have this conversation so soon. Again, I know these are two different things, but intimacy is so closely tied to relationships and dating, and so you want to be open about what's happening.
Yes. Oh, unpopular opinion. I started really early. And not with, of course, the birds and the bees per se, but with intimacy and understanding that intimacy can look different. It doesn't always have to be like, what do they call it, third base. Intimacy is also holding hands or kind words.
Connection.
Or connection, absolutely.
Well, and consent. Like, I feel like that's a big one. Like, just because you want to give a friend a hug doesn't mean they want to receive that hug. So we need to ask sometimes.
So you were more proactive in your approach, and I love that. Yes.
No, I was not.
I failed forward too.
You know, well, my theory is in Pittsburgh for public schools, these kids are having health class at middle school level. So you're talking, depending on the middle school, typically around 5th grade. Once they've had that clinical conversation, you have to give consent. Once that has happened, to me, you dive deeper in on the layers of. So that was sort of, I would say, if I created boundaries, because I did ask certain questions ahead of time, depending on the kid, from an age perspective. But I think middle school, knowing that that health discussion clinically has happened, now you're there to help them through it as well.
It's interesting. I mean, everybody does have a different take, and I think one of the what I love about these conversations is that there's so much of this that's happening online that it can almost feel overwhelming as a parent because you see, oh, I could do this, or I could do that, or I could do this. So just being able to have a conversation with other parents is so nice.
For sure, yeah.
Yes, thank you both. I remember those health classes. Boy, oh boy. The images. They're brutal.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you both. All right, so we're going to link you up to Rachel and LaToya on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
Still to come on the show, KDKA's Barry Pintar is standing by in the newsroom with the stories you don't want to miss tonight on the KDKA Evening News. Taking a moment to find out what you can expect to see on KDKA TV News tonight at 4, 5, and 6.
Barry Pintar is in our newsroom with some of the stories our news team is working on. Barry?
Yeah, good afternoon, Heather and Micah. Here are a few of those stories our news team has been following today. First, we go south of Pittsburgh, down on I-70, to an extremely scary situation this morning. A wrong-way driver, an 80-year-old man from Greensburg, ended up on 70, causing a 4-vehicle accident. 3 of those were tractor-trailer trucks. We're talking to Pennsylvania State Police to find out how this could happen. And if you happen to be keeping track, this is the 4th wrong-way incident in just a few short weeks. Not only is this scenario a driver's nightmare, seeing a car headed right in your direction at high speed, but it has also led to fatalities. We are also asking PennDOT, does more need to be done in our region to address this reoccurring problem? Finally, today is the big warm-up, meaning the start of the big meltdown. Look at this video where a giant icicle melts enough to come loose and go straight through the windshield of this car. We'll talk about what you need to know as we start to thaw out, and even more higher temperatures later in the week that could cause more situations just like this one. All that and more coming up in just a few minutes, starting at 4 o'clock.
You know, Barry, I'm so glad you brought up the wrong way crashes. It was so important to us to have that conversation as we started Talk Pittsburgh today, because I think as anyone who drives, you think, how does this happen? What can we be doing to keep everybody safe as possible?
Absolutely, and it leads to a lot of questions. Some of the ones we're going to address in our newscast. Does more need to happen? Maybe even talk about what do you do if you see that happening in a car coming toward you. We're going to have all that straight ahead for you.
All right, thanks so much, Barry.
You bet.
All right, still to come on Talk Pittsburgh, we're chatting about tomorrow's show.
So happy you could be with us today. Coming up tomorrow on Talk Pittsburgh, Black History Month continues to come alive through rhythm, movement, and powerful storytelling on the stage. Learn more about Kappa's annual dance show that honors culture through choreography.
And we used to just refer to it as being double jointed, but the real term, hypermobility. We're learning what it is, what it means for your long-term health, and how you can get tested.